Hello everyone, I'm Vladimir Yakovlev, a professional athlete and the head coach of the Magic Wind International Windsurfing School. Our school has many years of experience in organizing windsurfing camps around the world. We travel and teach at world's best windsurfing spots. In this video tutorial, I will tell you how to do a water start and show you several options for lifting the sail. Before trying to water start in deep waters, I advise you to practice beach start from chest deep position. Lifting the sail out of the water. The first option is the simplest for those who don't swim well and don't want to waste too much energy. Swim up to the sail from the mast side and slip the board under the sail. In this position, the board works as a float and lifts your sail out of the water. The next step is to turn the equipment perpendicular to the wind, grab the mast with your front hand, and lift the sail from the board with a sharp movement towards the wind, while leaning on your board's stern with your back hand. The second option is a bit more complicated. We're going to save time and raise the sail without the help of the board. Swim up to the mast, grab it and start turning it perpendicular to the wind. In the process, while swimming, try to keep your mast slightly above the water. This will help to release the sail from the water. Swim with force, assisting yourself with your other hand and feet. If you swim slowly, the sail may start sinking again. As soon as the mast has turned perpendicular to the wind, lift the sail out of the water with a sharp movement, pulling the mast into the wind by straightening your arm. The third option is the most difficult one and requires the ability to swim without the help of your hands. If the sail is positioned with the mast against the wind, swim up to the mast top, grab the mast with one hand and lift it up, while pushing the other side of the sail with your other hand to unstick the entire surface of the sail from the water. As you pull the sail out of the water, shuffle your hands closer to the boom. An important point for this option is to make sure that the mast ends up positioned at 45 degrees towards the wind. If this angle is 0 or less, the sail will be pressed down by the wind and you will not be able to take it out of the water. Depending on the conditions, you can apply any of these approaches, mix them or add more complex options. With experience, you will be able to eliminate unnecessary steps. A few tips on how to stay on the water confidently. As soon as you have raised the sail above your head, you must immediately catch the wind. The sail will be held above your head only by the force of the wind. Try to keep the mast at 45 degrees towards the wind. This will ensure an optimal angle and power. If the mast is positioned too much against the wind, the sail might pull you forward, and if the mast is perpendicular to the wind, the sail will not stay up on its own, or it will drop back on the water. Try to pivot the sail in relation to the wind with your hands, as we did in the beach start video, using tricky feet strokes. Do not press the sail against your head. A low-lying sail may abruptly lose power and quickly fall on the water. The position of your board during water start should be perpendicular to the wind. If this is not the case, correct the position of the board with your back hand or foot while maintaining the correct position of the mast in relation to the wind. You can also hook the board with your sail by the foot straps to correct positioning of the equipment. If the wind is strong, hold your board slightly against the wind before lifting the sail. And when you are ready to get up from the water, tilt it perpendicular towards the wind. If your sail lies in the opposite direction to where you want to go, raise the sail from that position and then, holding the boom with a wider grab, pull the mast forward and turn the sail to the other direction, as we've practiced in the beach start lesson. Now we have reached the part where you climb onto your board. If you have trained your start well, there should be no problems with this. We shift the rear hand wider along the boom by 10 centimeters, lift the sail a little higher to capture more wind, then put the back foot on the stern between the foot straps while trying to keep your back position vertical. Raise the sail up as much as possible so that the boom is exactly above your head and sheet in. At the same time, pull the board towards yourself by bending the back leg. While lifting yourself onto the board, control the course of your board with the sail by tilting the mast towards the bow or the stern. You can steer the board just like you do while riding. Try to transfer the weight of the body from the back leg to the mast by moving the body closer to the mast foot, and as soon as you are above the board, put the front foot next to the mast. Do not straighten your legs right away. Stay low to stabilize your balance, and only then you can slowly straighten your legs and open the sail. For your first water starts, you will need a lot of wind, enough to easily get you planing. The more experience you gain in performing water start, the less effort and wind it will require. If you're struggling with your water start, join us at Magic Wind International Windsurfing School. Subscribe and follow for more news and new educational videos.